there's also this issue that I really wanted to talk to you guys about as well. I actually, and I don't believe I'm the only one because I've had conversations with other gamers, What's up guys, Gemma here and back again for another video, and today I'm going to be talking about whether or not you should be buying the SNES Classic in 2019. The buzz seems to have died down a little bit with this, and the predominant videos that seem to be coming up in my YouTube feed for the SNES Classic Mini is around hacking. But what about the SNES Classic Mini in its base form? Now before we do that, I hear that you guys like giveaways, and I am giving away something cool in this video, and it's dead easy to win. I realised I had 2 copies of Loaded on the PlayStation 1, so I'm giving it away and I'm willing to ship worldwide so long as you're over the age of 18. All you need to do is share this video. Share this video using the hashtag TheGebs24. The more you share, the more you make individual shares, I'll pick you. It's that simple. If you don't have Twitter, take a share, whether you share it onto Reddit, Google+, whether you share it onto Tumblr, no matter where you share it, just send me a screenshot of that share onto my Facebook group. Everything you need is in the links in the description, so go and check it out. But they must be individual shares, so get sharing, gamers. And in 7 days from this video going live, the person with the most shares, I will send it to you with a signed channel card and some stickers. Dead easy. So let's get into it, guys. The SNES Mini Classic, is it still worth it? All right, so it's hard to believe that this thing has been out almost 2 years, or around 18 months. Could have got my dates completely wrong there. But the SNES Mini Classic, as we know, comes preloaded with 21 games with the unreleased Star Fox 2. So if ever there was a release of Star Fox 2 that was as genuine, it is loaded right into this. Now, like I said, this became a hell of a lot more kind of, what's the word? Amenable, attractive, when hackers started to release software to be able to hack this. Now this particular SNES Mini, I have around 200 games on this. All of the games I do own, I went through them and I do own them, which is pretty cool. And I have a boxed SNES Mini that I've never touched because I did buy the 2. Now in its base form, I will admit something here, guys. I started to get a little bit bored of the SNES Mini in its base form. Now you've got to look at this a number of ways. If you're a collector like me, it might not be worth it to you in its base format. It might be worth it to you if you're able to hack it, but you have to kind of figure out what you want. If you're not a collector, I think this is well worth it. They're still going in the UK for around $69.99 retail, but I have seen them for $64.99 depending on where you get them from. I think this has definitely been more popular than the NES Classic. You don't tend to see a lot of them around, but again, that's just here in the UK. It may differ where you guys are. Now for me personally, like I said, in its base format, I started to get a little bit bored of this thing into 2019. I found that something like Star Fox 2 was the main pull-in power for me with this, because I wanted to play it. Even though there are ROMs available online, I wanted to play the release from Nintendo, and I found that even on the different difficulty settings, I completed Star Fox 2 pretty quickly, and I found it remarkably easy in comparison with the first Star Wing or Star Fox, and I didn't expect that. I thought there'd be a little bit more to it, but I found it was like easy to complete. I did it within 30 minutes, but I know that you can get different things if you play on different difficulty settings. Now the other side of me says, actually, in its base form, it is completely worth it. Because if you're like me and you stream, this is fantastic for HDMI output, straight into the back of the Elgato. And if you watch my streams, you would have seen me stream The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past in completion. I will be streaming more games from the base games. I will be going through some more streams. So I think as a streamer, it is well worth it into 2019. As a collector, I don't think this adds much value to my collection into 2019. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because I've heard a lot of people out there are still considering buying one of these. But just be mindful that if you're like me and you have all this stuff, it's probably not going to be worth it. There's also this issue that I really wanted to talk to you guys about as well. I actually, and I don't believe I'm the only one because I've had conversations with other gamers, I thought that this would devalue the Super Nintendo. I thought it would devalue the game library, not just in retro game stores, but at retro game markets as well. I don't think it has devalued it as such. What I've noticed is there's been a bit of a plateau on excuse me. There's been a bit of a plateau on prices for Super Nintendo games. And what I mean by that is the prices haven't gone up, but they haven't come down. Things tend to have stayed the same. Now I'm wondering how much that has to do with the SNES Mini. It happened really within the last 12 months, particularly at gaming markets when prices tend to be at the top end for Super Nintendo games. Things have kind of frozen in time a little bit. Here comes a cat. But nonetheless, this could have a lot to do with it. In fact, I'm going to predict, my prediction is that it does have a lot to do with the plateau in Super Nintendo prices. Now, as a collector, that can surely only be a good thing. Some of you may not have noticed a plateau, but I do go to a lot of these markets. I don't actually see a lot of these things around at the markets. I've seen the Japanese version, the Super Famicom Mini, which, you know, goes for a fair bit in the UK, oddly, but not, and they do have a slightly different game library actually. So in fact, on that topic with the Super Famicom Mini, that actually might be something that I might be worth getting. And, you know, just kind of talking this through now with the fact that it has a different game library. The box is absolutely stunning. I've always loved the artwork on the Super Famicom box, but just having the ability to be able to play the Super Famicom Mini with just the different titles, even though they'll be in Japanese, I guess, you know, it is what it is. I mean, there is a way to have translation patches on the Retron 5 if you have a Super Famicom ROM, but obviously that's not going to be the case on this, or at least not to my knowledge. But I think that would be worth it. But is it worth $69.99 into 2019? If you're a collector, no. If you're a streamer, yes. If you're greedy, yes. But, you know, ultimately, I think this thing looks beautiful. It's always going to be close to my heart. I grew up on this. It's my favourite console ever. So I guess for me, I guess I'm just greedy and I love it nonetheless. So there we go. Let me know actually if you're a collector, if you don't have a collection, or if you're a streamer in the comment section below, and add some value by letting me know if you think the SNES Mini is worth it in 2019. I think the price is a little steep, personally. $69.99 retail. I think $59.99 would probably be a better price point, because I think we're going to see a Nintendo 64 Mini soon. And if that's the case, then that's clearly going to dominate the mini market, and this is going to take a big drop in price. Should we start seeing that price drop now? Possibly, but that's just my opinion. In fact, it'd be interesting to know how many of these have sold worldwide. If I find that figure during the edit, I'll put it on the screen right now. But we're going to leave it there, gamers. Let me know if you own one of these. Let me know if you're thinking about buying one of these. It does have a great library at face value. There's some really good games on here, obviously including Star Fox 2. But let me know, and don't forget about that giveaway. Like I said, if you want to win a copy of Loaded on the PlayStation 1, simply share this video as many times as you can to different platforms using the hashtag TheGebs24. If you don't have Twitter, therefore I can't check the hashtag, just send me a screenshot, DM me some screenshots on my Facebook group. But for now, guys, hope you have a beautiful day. My name is Gemma, take care, see you soon.